Welcome back to another episode of Podcast Demastered, a place where we celebrate our love for all things nerdy. I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Wade.
On today's episode, we will be demastering X-Men Destiny.
The best X-Men game ever.
Yes.
Or something.
Exactly. That's what we are going to discuss today. Is this the greatest or the absolute worst X-Men game ever made? This is the last X-Men game that was made. This game came out in 2011, and we haven't seen anything since, so maybe that gives
Which
an
is
idea.
Crazy, right?
Yes.
Even in, like, today's gaming sphere, the fact that there hasn't been another X-Men game is... I mean, there's been games with X-Men in it. Like, you've had you've had your plethora of Lego games, which are great, by the way. If you've never played them, they're really good. And there's even, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the Switch. Like, that was a thing. But there has not been an X-Men branded game in a hot minute.
No, which is so sad. There are so many possibilities you can do for something like this. And I think I was even honestly surprised that even after X-Men 97 came out, we didn't see any type of X-Men specific game.
Mm-hmm.
So weird. I hope maybe we'll get one in the future. I mean, because, like, yes, there's a Wolverine game coming, but, like, I'm talking about more characters than X-Men.
I really expect that game to really be a full X-Men game. Sure, maybe we're going to get mostly playtime with only Wolverine. But, like, if that game is not just absolutely drenched in other mutants, why are you making that game? People like Wolverine right now, like, because it's, it's whatever. But, like, to pretend that the rest of the X-Men don't exist, wild. What a choice.
But yes, so let's talk a little bit more about X-Men Destiny. So I definitely remember when this game came out, I was super excited for this game. It seemed so cool because in general, I love RPGs and this idea where you could kind of pick which character you wanted to play as with their own unique, like, kind of backstory, and then you could kind of modify their powers. It's a very intriguing concept for those who want to be their own type of mutant in
it was the first, I think, just about the first game where you could really just kind of create is kind of a loose term in this situation, but create your own character and then have, an array of powers to kind of choose from. And then within that choice, you have kind of branching options as well. In my case, it was mostly like single target versus like, a bigger area of effect kind of thing. But that's what we had. It was 2011. What are you going to do?
Yeah. But when this game came out, I'm pretty sure I bought it not long after, but then I only played the very beginning of the game and then I never picked it back up. But I've been constantly thinking about this game since.
I have known no peace since Chelsea remembered that this game existed.
Yes. He will not let me forget of what I made him do.
Indeed.
Yes. Okay, so in general, it seems a cool concept. It kind of also, the storyline is a little bit different. Typically, you see most storylines where the X-Men are based in New York, but the storyline starts out with Professor X has been murdered. The X-Men are, like, kind of in disarray, and they decide the best place for them to currently live is on the West Coast. So they move to San Francisco, and they are welcomed to the area by the mayor, and you have a lot of things that are also going on, like, very similar to the comics at this time, too. Because we've seen in the comics in general, the X-Men moving to the West Coast. Not even just the X-Men, we've also seen Avengers living there as well, and different things going on. And this story introduces the MRD as well, the Mutant Response Division. Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Yes.
Sounds right.
Which, their job is, they are claiming, we're here to protect you guys, protect the mutants, help make sure everybody is safe.
Or something.
Yeah, something like that. And it's like, okay. So you're seeing at the very beginning of this game, you're seeing this kind of like rally, just the mayor welcoming the X-Men, and they're like, we're going to have peace here. Everything is great. Mutants and humans can coexist together. And then the event's attacked.
Immediately.
Yes.
Immediately they get attacked and like the whole city is basically like destroyed.
Yes.
And then you're off, like off on this little adventure. this wild little adventure.
Yes. And so then at that point in the game, after you've been watching this cutscene for a while, it's like, which character do you get to play as? So I played on the PS3, and Wade, you played on the Wii?
Now, originally I tried it on the DS.
Yes.
And I made a quick decision that wasn't going to work out. So yes, I did end up going with the Wii version, which I think was a good choice.
Yeah. Well, and like the DS version is also really interesting because you don't get to choose between 3 different characters. It has its own standalone character.
Yes.
And as you have mentioned to me previously, the gameplay was even different. It was almost like a side scroll type.
Kind of. It was like this weird like 2.5D like street like brawler kind of thing. Which, again, like, when you're translating what's happening on the consoles to the DS, like, it was an appropriate translation to what was happening. But, like, you know, I got through, like, the first level, and it was just, like, punch, 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 punch. And then it's like, oh, wow, my mutant power, what is it? Oh, punch, 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 punch. Constantly, I was like, okay, we're not going to do this.
Yeah.
So, yes, I did go to the Wii version, which then I got to choose my character and my backstory. Which character did you choose, Chelsea?
We probably chose the same one as my guess.
I bet we probably did.
Yeah. The only female character.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So there's 3 characters, and each character kind of represents like a background where you have Aimee, the only female character. I chose her because she's Japanese and I liked her scarf. Okay. But she's also like, she's a mutant who was basically like thrown on a ship and shipped out of Japan to like escape like
reasons.
is to escape like anti-mutant sentiments that were happening there. But if she gets off the boat straight into this nonsense, like without her parents too, like the boat left without her parents, which okay.
They also heavily implied her parents, one of them is actually a well-known mutant, but this is not even established comic lore.
And it's Sunfire who can fly. So, bro, why don't you go to the ship? Anyway, whatever. Yeah. He was probably like, now she's gone. There. Great.
No,
But no, so there's Aimee, and then I don't remember the other 2 people's names.
There was Grant, I think Alexander, which he's like the jock character. And
he was like a football player for like the local university, and his life is going to be amazing. And all of a sudden, oh, he's a mutant. Oh no, like his chances at life have disappeared.
Yeah. And then I think it's Adrian, where he starts off as part of basically the Purifiers, the big mutant hate group.
He's like the son of like the bad guy kind of thing. Oh my god, he's a mutant. His chances of life are bad now.
I would be intrigued to play as that character because like it could be interesting.
Like how his point of view like changes with your choices, of course. But
which choices is a very loose term in this game. You make a couple decisions here and there, but it's essentially like, are you gonna kind of join the Brotherhood or join the X-Men? But also it's more of just who's going to join you on this task or who are you assisting in the moment. At least
I think it kind of changes the level you're playing too. Like there's a different array of levels, and based on your choices, you might end up like your level 2 might be this level instead of this level, but like they're all the same. Like you get the same like bosses, I think, and everything usually. So
yeah, I think so.
It's not really much of a choice you're making.
Well, I guess then we could say going forward, who did you side with throughout? Who did you assist?
I think I sided with the X-Men pretty much the entire time.
Yeah.
Not that the Brotherhood characters didn't make good points. You know, I was just like, I think I'll just like for this playthrough, I'll just stick with all X-Men choices and just kind of see where that gets me. Nothing terribly surprising.
Yeah. But so your character essentially discovers that they're immune and deals with their powers throughout the game while also assisting whoever they choose to help, which I do appreciate that this game does throw in a lot of characters from the comics. We get to see a lot of them and it's really
They're
fun.
all over the place.
Yeah. But the style of the game is very odd. Like it tries to almost be comic book-esque at times, especially when they have like the names like splash across the screen introducing yes
and that screen is there for so long, like, oh my god, I read it, get out. So like you could pretend that the style is like this very like rough artist rendering of a comic,
But when you reflect on when this game actually came out, like 2011, like even graphics since that point have like crazily improved. But even at that point, there were some amazing games made before this time period.
Yeah.
And this game looks like it should have come out in 2000, not 2011.
Yeah, like the graphical quality, yes, is rough. Like, and even like you played the PS3 version, which even looked better than the Wii version. The Wii version was okay, you know, it was fine. But even like when the characters are talking and you get their portraits and stuff, some of that artwork is just not good.
Yeah.
Like
everything just looks slightly unfinished.
Yeah, every time somebody popped up and they're like changing facial expressions and stuff, I was like, did they take the artist for this game and like throw him in a room and saying, you're not leaving here until you finished all like 72 portraits you need to do? Because some of them look like he did it one time. That poor man did it one time and like moved on. Like he never went back to look at it again. Like, I don't know, for a video game that presumably had a wide timeline to be made in, like some of these drawings probably could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, and I think what's also crazy about this game is that there is actually a lot of stuff that went on behind the scenes, that there is a lot of controversy with the studio that made this game, as well as I think even the directors and stuff like purposely like almost sabotaging their own project in a sense that I've seen stuff about. So we see some of these choices made in this game, or even potentially with like how the art turned out in the game was because of the, I don't know, lack of clarity, lack of support with the creation of this game. I mean, this studio that created this game, Silicon Knights, no longer exists. And it happened soon after this.
Yeah, long gone.
But it wasn't, I don't know, we could talk about this briefly. It wasn't the failure of this game that caused the studio to shut down. This studio got in a legal battle with Epic Games over Epic's engine creating the game. And Silicon Knights originally sued Epic. And then Epic goes, wait a minute, you breached our like contracts. We are suing you back. And Silicon Knights lost that legal battle. And technically this game shouldn't exist today because they had a cease and desist order where Silicon Knights had to recall every single unpurchased game of not just X-Men Destiny, but also the other game they made called Too Human. And so they had to destroy all copies of those games.
Like, that's wild.
Yes.
That like they were using some like jank version of the engine or something, right? Like a not legal version of the engine,
or like spilled trade secrets or something that like
it was something crazy that they chose to do. They chose to make the game that way, and then Epic was like, "Excuse me, what?"
Yeah.
And the fact that like they recalled physical copies, like unsold physical copies of the game to destroy them. Like the fact that I was able to go on eBay and buy like a new version of the game is wild. Sure, I bet people, when they heard that, when that was like announced, I bet people went and like bought every copy of the game that they could just to like store it away for different purposes. Obviously, somebody wanted to make a tad bit of money on it because I bought one, but you know, that's crazy.
But it's also kind of crazy just from like a game preservation perspective, because it's kind of wild when like they're just like, let's recall everything and basically pretend this game never existed.
Because like, of course, the digital versions were all taken off the shops and stuff. Like immediately. So it's just wild that happened, and that ruined that entire studio. Like, and if you look into it, like the director guy, he is still talking about it to this day. Like, because it also happened around the same time that Disney bought Marvel. So a lot of it he blames on the fact that like Marvel like took away tons of their budget like in the middle of development, and like nobody cared, and it was just like, but also you were using this like this version of the like, this was all gonna happen anyway, dude. Like, what do you mean?
No, just finding places to blame instead of looking within, which is just, unfortunate, because this game, I have a lot of mixed feelings about it since I finally have beat this game, but this game could have been like the greatest game ever. It had so much potential in it. Like, you can clearly see that there was so much they were doing. But when you play the game, a lot of times it feels so rushed. The story is really short in a sense and kind of jumbled and doesn't really quite make sense. How it's just like you just bump into like one villain after the next fight and you're like, okay.
Like, what are all these people doing in this half-destroyed San Francisco?
Yes.
And they're all like, they're all mad at the same people. Like, the X-Men and the Brotherhood, they're all mad at the same people. But they're like, well, because they're the X-Men or because they're the Brotherhood, we can't work with them. But you should work with them. You should do that for you. Go ahead. Like, we won't be upset if you work with the other team. Like, you beat a level and you just kind of get picked up and carried off to the next level.
Yes.
And they just kind of like unceremoniously dump you there. And bye.
Yeah. I know.
Go fight the boss.
Yeah. We're literally like Nightcrawler will, teleport you somewhere else, or you just magically end up somewhere else. And just like somehow time passed, but I'm still in the same area, but not. Yeah. Well, and earlier, Wade, when you mentioned that when you played the DS version, it was just like punch, punch, punch. Honestly, this game is kind of like that too.
It's a little bit like that anyway, but like, I don't even get any pretty particle effects from my punching on the DS. It's literally just, they like flash, the characters flash at you and then fall down and disappear. Just poof.
Yay. Yeah. No, here you get a little bit. You can do some combos. You can do a little bit here and there, some extra abilities. What I always thought was weird about this game was not even just like the marketing about, kind of be your own mutant, choose your powers, but then you also could almost take on actual other mutants' powers by like wearing their suits or attaching like
the X genes.
Offense
you
or
get their
defense.
X genes.
X genes. It's weird.
You just like find their X genes in like what, like radioactive barrel containers?
I guess so, yeah.
And so you use them. They're like a power up you can use. You assign them to your character and you just press the button and you're like, I'm using one Wolverine X gene to like heal myself over time, which God bless for them putting that in that game, because Havoc,
the saves
Gambit can freaking die in a fire, because I had to use like a bajillion Wolverine X genes, like everything I had to fight him. Oh my God, I was screaming. I had to do that fight so many times. I was so mad. The
fight that made me so mad was the Sublime fight. John Sublime. He was the worst, in my opinion.
Oh, close to the end, right?
No, I mean, he's kind of early on. The one, he has those 3 different levels where he, like, injects himself with serum of, like, Quicksilver.
Oh, and there's, like, the electricity and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That one I had so much trouble with because you have those 3 different stages, but because this is an older game that decided to have it saved like this, you have no like health things you can get during that entire time. You also, if you die at any point in any of those like 3 stages of attacks, you have to start at the very beginning. And I was like, oh man, I don't know, that was so frustrating. I got through it, but I did that fight way too many times. But no, talk about radioactive stuff. Like, yeah, you're like busting open a ton of radioactive things. Like, I need health. I need like stuff to power my like mutant power meter.
Because that's how mutants work. Like,
yes.
Like Spider-Man, yeah, he's radioactive. That's where his powers come from. He has a huge like immunity to a degree to like radioactive stuff. Mutants don't. That's not how that works. They're not like, don't need that, they're not that kind of mutant.
Juice. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, what?
Yeah. No, that's what's kind of funny too, is like you feel like, because they actually did hire like one of the X-Men writers to write the story of this game. So you can see that's there, but the actual execution is just very strange. And yeah, where you get these things where like, this just does not make sense. We are not like playing where every single villain joined together and they have like the evil league of villains.
You know what would be fun, made me think about?
Yeah.
For the next big X-Men video game, can that be written and directed by Chris Claremont?
Oh man.
Like,
now that would be an epic
let's have a trippy, weird as heck X-Men game. Let's do it.
I'm like, I could also see it as a visual novel, like a romance game at the same time.
He can put in all of the stuff that Marvel never let him do over his like bajillion years on the comic book. He's like, you know what? Let's do this. Like the whole thing with like Mystique and Destiny being Nightcrawler's parents. And yes, it happens the exact way you think it happens. Like, let's put it in the game. Why not? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. It's 2025. Let's do it.
Yes.
Like, Disney's not going to stop me. I'm going to do what I want. Like, I would buy that game. I'd buy the collector's edition of that game.
I mean, I'm willing to buy any X-Men game and give it a go and then still be upset or hopefully fall in love with it.
Even X-Men Destiny 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if, honestly...
Actually, that's the title that he'll choose for the game. Chris Claremont, he will make X-Men Destiny 2.
Yes.
And people will be real hesitant about buying it. They'll be like, what? Is this a trap?
Yes, it's a trap, but it's a glorious trap.
Yeah, it's a glorious trap. Fall right in.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just feel like there was a lot there. And like, when I played the game overall, I didn't really hate it, but it was just kind of really repetitive. And then that one boss battle really upset me. It was just... Because you kind of have a slight-ish top-down view of your character, but like almost a little bit third person. It's kind of this weird angle.
Yeah. Like, I don't recall getting to like really change the camera angle too.
Yeah.
Which, again, it was 2011. Sometimes that just wasn't a thing yet. But also, I was able to change camera angles in 2002. So...
Yeah. It's really not an excuse. It's just like this game. I just feel like I think this game was meant to come out in like 2000. Like, it's so weird, but somehow they released it in 2011. It's just because you also think about in general how many video games came before this. Like, just loosely saying, like, PlayStation in general like had started off their Uncharted series at this point. We've already had like one, if not the second one. And then you also have Mass Effect 1 and 2 that already came out before this. A lot of just so many other RPGs in general that we've seen how those games look then. And you're like, this game comes out as well. And it's not like you can really say this was like a super indie studio. Also, they were taking on such a big project in X-Men game.
But it was also Activision, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they were working for Activision. And Activision sat there the whole time was just like... What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you put $2 million of your own dollars into this project because, like, Marvel took some of your money away? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. The voice acting is not too bad in the game, though. Like, everything else might be rough, but, like, you actually have some, like, kind of big names in this, and it's not too bad.
Yeah. The first time I heard Nightcrawler talk, I sat there and I was just staring at the screen, and I was like, Yuri Lowenthal, what are you doing here? What are you doing here, buddy? Like 2011, like, what are you, like, aren't you needed on Naruto somewhere? Like, get out. Get out of this game. What are you doing? Save yourself.
Well, yeah, we also have, like, Nolan North is Cyclops.
Yeah.
We have Steve Bloom plays Wolverine.
Yeah.
Who's played Wolverine in a ton of
Steve Bloom
things.
is literally in every single thing. I think he has some weird right to exist in every project ever.
Yes.
So, you know, it's fine.
But he plays Wolverine a lot.
He does play Wolverine a lot.
Yeah, like Milo Ventimiglia's in this. He plays one of the lead
what?
characters. Yeah, he's Grant. So if you play Grant, Jamie Chung is the character we played. But yeah. So, you know, I have to go
Jamie
back and play.
Chung.
Yes.
I love Jamie Chung. What you doing, girl? Why are you in this game too? Get out of here.
And then it looks like the other lead was played by Scott Porter. He's in voice work in God of War, a lot of TV shows, like Marvel and DC projects. Oh, was in the Ultimate Alliance game. The voice of Harry Osborn in Spider-Man. The 2018 video game, yeah.
Oh, he was in Prom Night, the best movie of 2008. Wild.
So yeah, I mean, they had the cast was good. It was fun to see, but like, yeah, don't really watch the animations or anything, because what'd you think about Nightcrawler's look? His style?
No. No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
Are you sure? That's what we need all the time. Mm.
Oh, I'm doing great. Doing great without it. Thanks so much for asking.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least we got some Emma Frost in here. Not much, but she was definitely bossing us around throughout the game, so...
I'm always happy for that.
Yes.
Always welcoming that.
But it's just kind of a weird, like, culmination how it all leads to basically where the game starts with, Bastion was the one who killed Professor X, and then, shocker, he was trying to come back all along, and he's the villain behind the scenes. Oh my god,
plot twist!
Yeah. But it's interesting because, like, I guess now we've had a lot of exposure to Bastion because that, like, he was also the villain in X-Men 97. And then that just also brings me back to the comics, back to the Messiah complex. But, I mean, he really hasn't, he's not, like, the main X-Men villain.
Yeah, they like pushed him real hard for a hot minute.
Yes.
And he hasn't been around. And that's okay.
Yeah. But like, so that was kind of fun because you got to see a lot of these characters like in the game. So like the other villains you see, like you could see the U-Men. We already talked about Sublime, the Purifiers, then the MRD also does become the villains as well. So you get this unique subset where it's not just essentially a Brotherhood versus the X-Men game, which there's nothing wrong with those either. So there's some unique things there, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Although I like in a lot of the artwork in the covers for the game, Gambit is shown as an X-Men, but he's actually like
no,
he's not. This is that weird time when in the comics like Gambit was just like an outside like. Mm-hmm. I don't know, anti-hero kind of thing. So the one choice I got to make with Gambit was it was actually a Brotherhood decision. If I chose Gambit, it was like an evil decision, and which it wasn't, because he's just kind of like looking out for his own people. So it wasn't like a bad thing necessarily. But I was like, oh, I want to choose you, Gambit, because I like you, but you're the other side. I got to go with the X-Men. Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Well, because aren't
but
they,
also
like,
screw him from that fight. So I was still mad at him. So.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that fight wasn't very memorable to me. It's weird, I guess, the different parts. But yeah, because sometimes it seemed like, the exchange you picked or the suit kind of really could help or actually hinder you as well. Mm-hmm. Because you could level up some of those things, but you could also level up the powers. But I felt like the leveling was a little funky on what actually made a difference.
Yeah. And it's probably like fair to say that like the game was obviously intended for us to like play through several times. Yes. Chelsea and I only made it through one playthrough a piece. So,
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I might give it a go again, but which power set did you pick for your
the
character?
Shadows.
Okay, I did too as well. That's
my
funny.
gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I felt it felt appropriate to her character. Like, that's a cool set of powers. I liked it. I didn't have any issue with like how my character like did things. I liked playing as my character. Mm-hmm. Just it didn't always mesh with like bosses and stuff.
Yeah.
Which a lot of times I would just get like animation locked. Like one of my issues with the Gambit fight, again to go back to that, was that he would knock me down, immediately jump to the other side of the room and start throwing shit at me. Mm-hmm. But like the time it took for the character to actually get back up, she would just get hit by another thing and get hit back down. And then it would take her so long to get back up. And by the time she was up again, I would get immediately hit before I could actually like move around again. So that happened a lot, which I was just like, that's what was raging me so hard. Like I had to like stay on him, which is not a good place to be because he has so many attacks that like attack all the way around you. You're just going to end back on the ground and he's going to hop away and start throwing stuff at you again. So
yeah, that's what I noticed too, is I think some of the timing was like either a little off or what, like because of just even the dodging, but like blocking, I never used blocking because it never worked for me.
I like never
tried
dodged.
To be a thing. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It taught me how to do it, but like I was using like the Wiimote and the the nunchuck and stuff.
Okay.
And the placement for some of the was very like dodge. You'd think it wasn't like the attack button was A, like okay. Mm-hmm. Dodge should have been like the trigger, like right there. No, it was like on the main Wiimote. It was like one of the directional buttons. So my thumb had to go way out of place to get to that. So I just never did it.
I was going to say, the Wii, that would be a totally different setup and would be really strange to work with as well. Because I mean, dodge, I'm pretty sure was just circle when I played on the PS3. So
oh my God.
it was
been so
very
much
nicely placed there, but I ended up like adding the power up for Psylocke because that ability allowed you to kind of almost phase through or kind of go faster across the area. So you could really just dodge by going through the enemies. But it didn't always work as well as you thought it would. You would always have to time it just right in some of those fights. But I just was like, this is an older game. I guess I just had to deal with its quirks.
I had to just set myself back and go, it is what it is. Just beat the game. It's fine. Mm-hmm. It's fine.
Just do it. But yeah, I mean, overall, like, we said this game is really short. It's
like a playthrough, I think, was all of like 5 hours, 6 hours, something
I was going to say like maybe 8 at most. But yeah, definitely around that 6 hour was probably likely for the whole playthrough. And Yeah, because honestly, when you get to the ending of the game, I personally didn't realize that was the ending of the game. I was like, oh, there's probably going to be more. I'm like, oh, nope, this is the credits. Okay.
Yep. I hit the final boss, and I was kind of like this is the final boss. But
I also thought the final boss was like really? Kind of easy. Yeah, it was just so strange.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. Like by the time I had all the power-ups and stuff, I was like, I'm just gonna...
Yeah.
Or fighting the Sentinel. The Sentinel was so easy, but you had to like wait for an eternity to actually be able to damage it. So like, and then from there you go fight the final boss. But I was like, the end of the game, I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, the final boss, I was more of like, wait, who are you supposed to be? And I was like, oh, okay. You are the final boss. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, you're right. So, yeah. And then we beat the game.
And then I turned it off.
The best X-Men game. Yeah.
And I put my Wii U back in its little hidey hole, and all was well. Life continued.
I know. I was like, yeah, I don't know the last time I played a PS3 game. I was like, it has been a bit. So that was also weird playing on the PS3. I'm like, not that controller's like that crazy or anything, but
it just feels different than a PS5.
Yes, it does.
Even like playing a PS4 controller, which is really, it's again not that different. But it is apparently.
Yes.
So
yeah, but at least I feel like PS4 and PS5 are so much closer for how it feels playing on those controllers. The PS3 though, but also I think it's because I have like a slightly janky controller where the thumbstick sticks, so that was also annoying.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. But yes, so we played that game, and that's that.
Even after all that, I just want you to know that Game Informer gave it a 7 out of 10.
Really?
So we must be mean people.
It was... Maybe it was just the common person didn't like the game. I thought.
To be fair, all of the other reviews that I'm looking at... No, like Destructoid gave it 2.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like 5 and lower.
Yes.
The 7 out of 10 is the only thing that goes above a 5.
What did they praise about the game? Can you find the
I can't see that, but
okay.
But yeah, it's in the September 30th issue.
Yeah.
In 2011. You can go look it up. Probably.
I mean, yes, I can like overall, yes, the highlights were it was an X-Men game. I got a chance to play as a unique character. Whether, we don't have to go into those details. And I got to see a lot of cool mutants pop up.
It did have lots of cameos and references and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
And they didn't yell at you when you choose the other team. So that's great. Emma Frost wasn't yelling at me. So it's all good.
Yes. All good there. But yeah. I mean, I wished it was better and what I thought I would have liked back when it came out. But it would have been the same thing. Because also talking about how there are little collectibles you can get in the game, but also you're really enclosed and like limited in the space you can explore. So it's just like you really are definitely moved from one area to the next. It's not a full exploratory game. You are just moving from one fight arena to the next with a couple like jumping here and the platforming. But overall, it's a button mash game with some cool little effects here and there. Yeah, I think that's all I've got about the game.
Yeah, yeah. I think we've said all that there could be to say about this game. So people, if you want to try it out,
or listeners, let us know if you have played this game and what your thoughts are. Or
the other side of the spectrum, have you played a good X-Men game? There are good ones out there. Mm-hmm. Is there a better one that you would like to hear about from Chelsea and I? Let us know.
Yes.
And that's it for another episode of Podcast Demastered.
If you enjoyed hanging out with us today, don't forget to follow and subscribe, leave us a review, and tell a friend.
If you have an episode idea, send us an email at demasteredpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Facebook at Pod Demastered.
Thanks for listening, and tune in for the next time we demaster our favorite things on Podcast Demastered.